Food, glorious food. For the patrons, it's a gastronomic experience, but for some store operators, it's an uphill struggle to survive in the face of rising rent. For 43-year-old Dawn Ng, a hawker for the last 7 years, the huge jump in rental of her Amoy Street store came as a big surprise. It was increased from $1,650 to $3,500 when she renewed her lease in 2006.
I was hit with a very, very huge increment in rental from $1,650 to $3,500. Excluding table cleaning, conservancy charges, and the 7% GST.
And what were the reason?
Market value.
How did they arrive at the market value? Did they explain?
I have no idea.
According to the National Environment Agency spokesperson, the market rent of stores are assessed based on a few factors, such as store size, location, and economic conditions. Centrally located stores such as Amoy Street command a higher market rent, and Dawn's store is larger, but had a minimum reserve rent of $900 when she tendered for it in 2003.
So it's a huge jump from $900. We beat $1,650, and then after that, like 3 years later, they bring up to $3,500. That's a bit too much.
So what was your reaction when you received the letter? What happened?
Couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and I felt sick. But after that, I went to see an MP, and he helped me.
Now the rent for her 10-meter square store is $2,800, inclusive of all conservancy charges and cleaning fees. Another storeholder who has appeared against the hike in her rent is Jeannie Hong, who joined the ranks of the hawkers after being retrenched in 2000. She says her rental has increased every year due to the peg to market rate and now faces a $300 hike.
When I came in, my rental was about $880. The store value, private valuer for the store is $1,600 per month.
Although she's entitled to the 15% rental rebate this year, she complains that it still adds up to a hefty $1,800 per month after GST and other charges are included.
So, even though I'm entitled to a 15% discount, it was still $1,360. That is before GST. Imagine from $880 to $1,600 now. That is almost 100% increase.
NEA said that rent has remained stable for the last 2 years and downward adjustments have actually been made in certain years, but Jeannie still finds it hard to cope.
Every day at least I have to have $200 to $250 to cover. Just imagine how to cover the cost. You can't cover.
How much is your takings a day?
Takings a day? Weekday sometimes it's less than $120. I only manage to cover some by weekend, especially like Saturday, Sunday, which I can't even go off on Saturday, Sunday.
Storeholders like Jeannie and Dawn feel that valuation should take into account the operating hours of individual hawker centres and should be assessed separately from private sector's rent, especially during this downturn.
But over here is that after 2:30, you just only see some crowd. In fact, actually 3:30, there's no crowd at all. So we start clearing up and all these type of things. How they base on the operating hour to increase rental.
There should be a guideline into the price. They shouldn't compare the hawker's rental with the private sector. Hawker is hawker, office is office. I think they should draw a line. For me, my store, $1,500 would be very nice.
That's even lower than what you tendered for.
Well, because there's so much lesser people now. Business is down by at least 25%. Yeah.
I only hope that at the moment, with this recession plus the H1N1 virus, I only appeal to NEAs to hold on to the increase of the rental.
Let's hope a win-win situation can be found so that this uniquely Singapore institution can continue to offer the diversity of food that we love and a livelihood for the hawkers involved. Next, we find that it takes more than good food to survive as a new hawker.